Okay, we're live. Game 3 of the UK Masters.
Yes.
And on the table at the moment is Richard Laking with his Ratkin army versus Danny Graves with his Free Dwarf army. Yay!
Oh, yeah. More dwarves. Free dwarves.
Very free dwarves.
I've never actually seen on the table, so I'm actually really excited about this.
Ah,
All right.
I face them all the time because that's Bob's thing.
Oh, that's the thing?
That's my thing. Free Dwarfs, except I do the spam. Everything's a Brock Rider army, whereas Danny puts more infantry into his army. A lot more infantry.
Yeah, but that's like a really cool thing to have like be your thing. Like my thing was like zombie legions. I'm basically a dumpster fire.
We have a couple of those over here as well. Andrew Hawley is Mr. Zombie Legion.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. You run defense 6, then it's worse. But yeah.
Yes. So instructions.
Oh yeah, sorry. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Everybody pretty much knows me anyway.
That's fair.
Well, I can say most people know me, but yeah, Jan, and I'm running the Masters this year for my sins. I will be popping in and out, I expect, if I can ever get the app to work and when I start getting results through. So, on to whoever wants to go next.
Sure. I'm Joey, or Greek. I was literally on the last stream, so if you missed me there, hi again. I do play Ratkin, so I can maybe talk from a position of knowledge here, which would be nice.
I'm Mark Howard. I was also on the last round stream, so if you missed that, you're here now. It's going to be exciting. We're going to do this together as a unit. I guess my only thing is if I'm predominantly an undead player, so I've just set them aside now to play Sylvankin because I'm a terrible human being. But yeah, we're gonna get in there. So, Joe, your Ratkin guy, do you want to run us through Richard's list a little bit?
Sure. While we have Jan still here, what scenario are they doing? Is it Dominate?
I will have to get the scenario up. Bear with me.
You're the TO, you should know this shit.
I think I remember you saying, I think it is Dominate. I don't see any tokens.
It's the third one on the list. I didn't know if it was randomized.
Yeah, it went down the list as we were going, so yeah, it will be Dominate.
Right on.
Okay. Well, to start, we've got Richard Laking. Laking.
All
right, he is going to be on the left, so he's playing Ratkin. He's got 4 hordes of nightmares, 3 regiments of Vermintide swarms, a tunnel runner with the Brew of Sharpness, a regiment of them, Tangle, 2 brute enforcers, 2 brute mothers, taking the drain life option. 1 has the scrying gem, and then we've got Scud, the bud.
Scud the bud.
Very straightforward, very rally heavy.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing brute enforcers.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they look pretty gnarly for their points cost.
They do a lot of horrible explodey stuff.
Oh, and they're crushed too.
Yeah. Nimble, height 3, square base.
They're 13-15 when they're fully rallied, so they're just obnoxious to kill for 75 points. They are awesome.
Yeah. I've never seen somebody just kind of go straight into nightmares as much as this list right here just now.
It is quite a frightening list. I've played a variation of it last year when he romped through one of our 2-day tournaments, and he had pretty similar list, except that instead of I think he's got a Death Engine in this one.
He does not.
No, he doesn't. He had a couple of the war machines in his previous list. Yeah.
Now,
This must be an evolution of that, because I mean my Free Dwarfs just melted against it. To be perfectly honest,
it looks like it's very, very. He has a lot of just rally 1 very easily to make the nightmares 16-18, which is pretty excellent. I'm looking at that.
He's got 8 sources of rally in the list, so everything should be max nerve.
Which 16-18 seems healthy on those.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I like that. And
Quite a bit of
then
shooting.
oh well, hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's quite most of it's quite short ranged.
5 lightning bolts and the fireball, mind fog, blah blah blah.
Yeah. But the broodmothers only have green life. They don't have the blight staffs, so at least that's only 3.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but they can drain life to Vermintides. I like this list a lot.
Yeah.
I run the formation because I really enjoy Iron Resolve, but this is very, very intense once it gets up close.
Yeah, I've fought against the formation a few times. I actually, I think it's really strong. I enjoy it. Maybe not really strong, but once again, I play with Mike Ireland all the time, so it's just.
I think the formation is incredibly strong, but yeah, me and Ireland are going to disagree on a lot.
Yeah, one day I'm just going to get the two of you in a group chat so I can just watch the world burn before me and my phone. It's going to be everything I hoped it could be. So, since we have a free dwarf player on our commentary right now, do you want to run through this free dwarf list?
Well, I haven't actually got the facility to have the list up, but I'll see if I can do it from memory.
If not, I have it up. I can read it for you.
He's got 4 regiments of Mastiff hunting packs with throwing Mastiffs.
Yep.
4 regiments of Ironclad with throwing Mastiffs.
Yep.
A regiment and a troop of Brock Riders.
Yep.
Spheri Egilax.
Yep.
Yep. I'm just trying to remember. He's got a Berserker Lord with the Wings of Honey Maze.
Yep.
And a Berserker Lord with the Blade of the Beast Slayer on a Brock.
That is a Blade of Slashing right now.
Oh, a Blade of Slashing. Okay, because normally he runs the Blade of the Beast Slayer.
It's haunting that you're pulling this all from memory and it's not even your What has this person done to you?
He was my main competitor to be head of faction for Free Dwarfs.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and he's also got, as he's handling now, he's got Kragoth, the scouting Earth Elemental character.
Yep, Big Titan.
Yeah. Have I missed anything out?
Last things are Hernius the Hunter.
Oh yes, that's a change in his. I don't think I've seen him use that anymore before.
Yep, and that's a very nice 3-shot hitting on 3's Pierce 2 gun.
It is, yeah.
And last thing on here that we have is the Free Dwarf Packmaster hero with the Mastiff Munchberries.
Oh yes, of course. To make all these Mastiffs vicious.
Yes, which is pretty gnarly.
Mm.
Yeah, so I have not had the opportunity to fight against free dwarves or use them yet, so I'm excited to see how this goes. I've thought for a long time like this looks very, very strong once I actually started looking at the overall like army list for them.
Well, this particular version of it is, I mean, it's, if you think about it, he's got as he's set up there and he's come straight forward, he's got his 4 Mastiff packs in the front.
Yeah.
So their height 1.
Can you make sure you shut the door? Cheers.
Their height 1, so anything behind them can throw Mastiffs over, because Mastiffs always hit on a 4+. It doesn't matter about the
Now
cover.
this is a very interesting matchup because all the nightmares are height 3 anyway. And they're only speed 6, so there's a chance he's going to get a lot of throwing Mastiffs off.
That's right, and also they're quite, for a swarm, they've got 11-13 nerve.
Right.
They're only defense 3, but so you've got to chew through that nerve, and then you've got the Ironclads behind them, defense 5, 14, 16 nerve. That's a lot of nerve again to chew through. And in the meantime, his defense 6 guys, and it looks like he's deployed Spheri down the bottom with the troop, giving them that 17-inch threat range. With the Berserker Lord floating about there, and the regiments at the top, they keep you honest on the flanks.
Yeah.
So while they're threatening the flanks and pinning them back, the rest of the stuff runs up, barrage of dogs, and then invites you to come and fight it.
Yeah, it looks like he has a few characters down there on the bottom, and then I see, of course, Scud just staring at everybody
Yeah.
in all of his bullshit glory.
I've still got one of those to paint. I won it in the raffle at one of the tournaments.
The actual model, Mantic model?
Yeah, the actual Mantic model.
Disney.
Lovely. So all I need to do now is paint the rest of the Ratkin army to go with it.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that's the challenge, isn't it?
That's the
Which-
beauty of the Nightmare list. There's only like 30 models instead of 180.
Right. Yep. And
The
Joe,
problem with Bob is he'll have that knocked out in about a week.
Oh, God. And Joe, you use Scud in your list normally?
Oh yeah, I really like having a speed 10 threat. It helps pace the Nightmares.
I almost feel like in most lists with Ratkin, even if you don't like Scud, you should still probably try and find a place for him for all the things that he brings.
Usually you still want a speed 10 thing. Like
Yeah.
Ireland Allied Beastcav, because he really wanted a flyer rate. Like you need something because all of your stuff is speed 8 tops.
Yeah,
So
and I feel
something
like
that just
he's,
slows it down.
he's had, I guess I would call him, he's had events using Scud where he's like, I do not want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
But he's back to using them for now. I was like, what else do you have? Like, you gotta having that threat with the fly is just,
Sometimes you gotta just have faith that you're gonna roll 12 hits.
yeah, man. Well,
That's the benefit of Scud, though. He can just
that's what
randomly.
you have faith in, and what do you know? That coincides with my nightmares, so it works out. And that lightning bolt 5, I just think is so strong that he has that just kind of on top of everything.
Oh,
we are
some
just
nightmare
rolling.
shooting there.
Yeah, we are just rolling dice.
They are going.
You
a
love
lot
to see
faster.
it. This is my kind of play style right here. No fear, just running up, do it.
You're all 16, 18 defense 5. It is a ton of throwing Mastiffs, but it's 2 wounds per Mastiff.
At least it's wounding on 4s and not like 3s.
And that's the benefit, really, to going all Nightmares with Ratkin. It's like it's a defense 5 list, not a defense 4.
Yeah, and it's
Very
nice
good
because
against you.
with the Brute Enforcers, like I was saying before, like with the Brute Enforcers and the Tangle, like there's a lot of stuff in the back that can move freely to provide that extra rally 1 to make sure everything is 16, 18. That's pretty gnarly. And then actually, now I'm thinking about it, that's also excellent because the Tangle provides the Aura of Fury.
Yeah,
So they'll just keep punching people in the face.
I personally don't run the Tangle, but that's because I don't have anything for it to get bonus dice off. But in this list, it's going to get an extra die per Vermintide that's around.
Yeah.
So it's pretty reliable to get like a Banshee 3.
I'm just a big fan of an Aura Fury. I just think that's really neat. Just because I've had a lot of moments in my life with multiple factions where I'm like, that would be pretty cool. And I love the idea of having weakness available. I think is really cool. I don't see a lot of people like run weakness, but it's
It's great when it's free.
it can be pretty game changing if you know where to put it.
It is great on units that can get it for free, but it's hard to justify when you got to spend 110 or 120 points on it.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I don't mind it in certain things. Like if I were doing Empire of Dust, I might try and find a way to put weakness in, just because you have so much defense 5 and 6 that you can bring. But I mean, Angle just gets it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even when you're going into a shooting list, you can be like, well, it's range 24. I'll just weakness that shooting unit because why not? What else was I going to do?
Tangle's also great here because it's got 2 different ways to apply Shattering. You can do it with the Fireball, or you can do it with the Mind Fog, depending on what you need.
Yeah, and we have almost all either troops or regiments. There's no real hordes around here, so the nerve is going to, even doing a few wounds, you could luck out with that.
One interesting thing is there's no Mother Kryza. That's definitely
That is
strange to me.
yeah, that is another model that I have learned is very good. You know, very good. And I keep running my Gnome Glass Shield guide towards it for some reason.
Yeah, especially since you're packing the Shattering, you're packing the Brutal with the Brute Enforcers. Kryza fits really well into this. I'm guessing it's a points thing where he had to choose between like Scud or Kryza or the second Broodmother, and he went with that instead.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the Ratkin shooting wasn't as effective as Richard thought, because there still seem to be a lot of mastiffs there.
Yeah.
I don't think any got taken off. So
They do look like a lot of them are sitting behind the forest, so I imagine a lot of cover happened there.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's ideal for them because they always hit on a 4+, so they can afford to sit behind the cover, then move into it.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely doing the right thing. I just mean for them getting shot by the ratkin.
Oh yeah.
Cover and we're just hanging out.
Yeah, I think these guys do. They both live in the same general area of the country, so I think they do play each other sort of semi-regularly.
Oh, that's the best though.
So they know what to expect. But like I say, Danny's made some changes to his army list, and so has Rich.
Yep.
So they've sort of gone up a gear for masters, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh man, the Titan has entered the fray.
Yes, he has. No sense hanging around with that guy. They put Scout on him. You might as well use it and get in there as quickly as possible.
And Danny is just pulling the trigger. Let's go.
Looks like he went into a brute enforcer, I would guess.
I can't see quite over that house.
I'd imagine it's not a brute mother.
Yeah, I would imagine. Hopefully.
I mean that's just free dwarf playstyle. You've got to get in there quickly because you can't afford to mess about with the vast majority of your army being 4+ defense and hitting on 4s. You know, you got to get the licks in when you can. Yeah,
I guess this will definitely be I can't exactly tell the distance, but I guess this will be the big throwing mastiff turn.
Well,
obviously for the mastiffs themselves, but I don't know about the units behind them. How
if the nightmares could shoot, I'm going to imagine at least like 6 of these mastiffs are going off.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to get them in there and get the mastiffs out as fast as possible. Otherwise, it's 15 points per unit that you've wasted. Because if you let them get charged, you've lost the opportunity.
And if I'm seeing that right there, it looks like he's got the troop of Brock Riders blocking for. What is it?
I think it's a Berserker Lord on a Brock and Sverre Egilex.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there go the regiment's gone in. They've got the Pathfinder upgrade, so quite happy to go and fight in the woods.
Oh yeah. Oh, and there's the Wings of Honeymaze guy.
There's the Wings of Honeymaze guy just flipping over there just to really, really upset people.
Yeah. Now
that's an interesting placement for it though, because the Broodmothers with Drain Life.
I was getting ready to say, with defense 3.
Defense 3, but dash 16 nerve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're surprisingly survivable.
Yeah. But also, like Joe was saying, if you Drain Life him, it's an easy target just to get Drain Life off and do damage. It could, if the Nightmares don't get broken from Mastiffs, just take a bunch of wounds and start just pulling them off. It's interesting. We'll see where it goes. A dwarf with defense 3. What a time to be alive. You know? I'm used to like the defense 60 where they we gave him Wings of Honeymaze, and now sadly he went down to defense 5. I'm like, yeah, so sad.
Yeah, I know. But we live life dangerously. Live life on the edge, but give it a Berserker Lord.
Oh yeah.
According to Steve, that Danny is a swordsman and is writing for Mantic.
Yes, he is.
Cool. Is he writing a dwarf book like Rossi did, or do we know?
I think he's wrote a couple already.
He's wrote a couple of short stories already, and now his short stories. They run a writing competition on Facebook for Mantic monthly, I think, is it, or quarterly? I can't remember. But he's also had something non-Mantic fiction published, I believe, and he's a living history reenactor.
Oh,
does
cool.
fightings and things like that, and he also does like Renaissance sword fighting. He's really good, semi-professional stuntman, I believe.
He was showing off his scars from this summer while we were waiting for lunch before. I managed to go somewhere in Europe and got a couple of spears sticking in him. So
Good
yeah, it's
God.
got some impressive scars.
You see, with that backward over here, I mean, you go to fight in Europe, you get stabbed by spears.
It's rough out there. So are we looking at? I'm imagining this is
Looking
him
at
starting
Mastiffs?
to throw mastiffs everywhere.
I think it is. I think this is him launching the dogs out there. Get rid of them and then.
So far?
I wonder if he's still just shooting at a single unit right now. It looks like he is, right?
Well, it makes more sense to concentrate them.
Danny's doing a Twilight Kin elf story.
Yeah, his packmaster must be somewhere on that front line of mastiffs to give the vicious to them.
Yeah, I see him re-rolling the ones, so definitely happening. I'm just curious to see if this, depending on how many he throws, if it amounts to taking off one unit or no. Oh,
that looks like a Snake Eyes or something.
That looks like something bad.
There was a bit of upset. I could just hear it.
I think that was a Snake Eyes. That's a snake.
Those mastiffs. If you've got a packmaster with them and the spike, they can be quite effective. I played a practice game last night against one of our regular opponents with elves.
It was a double one.
And one regiment, 14 throwing mastiff shots caused 10 wounds on a Dracon horde, and I managed to roll a 7 and take it off. So if they spike, they can be horrible.
Oh yeah.
But that's the Free Dwarf mantra. Please spike this roll.
I've got
plenty of horror stories playing Night Stalkers against Mastiffs.
Oh yeah, I can tell you that's good stuff.
Yeah, it always hits on a 4+.
Oh my god, it feels so bad.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm doing two things at once here because I'm still trying to adjust the Mantic app for everybody that's trying to follow it live.
I think he's just pointed out that something's got higher nerve because of the tangle.
Yeah. Yeah, the rally too on everything. If he's stuff right, which I have to believe he is, it's just 16-18 on nightmares. I love that.
Oh, perhaps the wavered. He's put a token next to him. He's already put the damage on, so perhaps those nightmares in the wood are wavered.
Yeah,
probably what happened because of the rallies.
But with Fury, it's just kind of whatever. Well, no, I guess they're not engaged, so.
The ones that the Brock set would be, so the wavered ones aren't. But it is going to command Tangle's attention.
I'll tell you, man, the Free Dwarves, they're getting a lot of dice going on here. I love it. Ooh.
Well, I mean, 26 attacks for a regiment base for Brock Riders.
I'm sure.
But only TC1, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay.
Unless
they don't have Brute Sharpness, they're hit on wounds. Okay.
Yeah.
They are a high roll man stream.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like much really got removed that turn, sadly, with the what appear to be the double ones and such.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate.
That's a really hard thing. That's a hard pill to swallow too, because of just like the two brood mothers. Now, if they are on a swarm, even they can just get so many wounds healed off.
Bump over Tangle, make sure that the aura is there.
Yeah.
The fireball, the Brock.
Fireball, yeah. Get that shatter going. I wonder if he'll be able to fit the tunnel runners in somewhere.
I doubt it until something dies.
Right, like they're such a huge base for trying to get.
But that's how I like to play my tunnel runners behind the nightmares as well, because something that can actually kill the nightmares is probably worth a sharpness tunnel runner charge.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're just like a calm enough person to be patient for it, like they're great as backline. If you're willing to just like lose a unit of nightmares and be like, yeah, that's fine, because whatever, I'm going to kill whatever left. And I believe he does have the Brew of Sharpness on them.
It's also a point where Scud is so important because that allows you to take your Speed 8 unit and put it behind your Speed 6 because you're not as worried about the Speed threat.
Yeah. Yep.
Where they have to range out stuff.
Yeah, I'm a Big fan of Scud in the list. Ah, thank you. I appreciate you. My breakfast has arrived.
Whereas I'm on my third beer.
Oh, I wish I was.
I just drank one, and I've now had 2 giant ass cups of coffee. But I think, like I said, I might be driving myself out to a Lord of the Rings GT after this to go take a look.
Indeed.
I ended up doing the monster thing. I've had one
Monster.
beer, had an energy drink.
And heart palpitations.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But then the amount of
heart
drink
palpitations,
last night,
we call that excitement.
I have got a bottle of gin that I could be hitting, but I don't think that's a good idea when I have to drive back to the hotel yet.
I noticed that had gone out the fridge. I was looking forward to that.
Well, it's a hard life for you, isn't it?
It is.
It's my gin. I'm having it.
Oh boy.
Right, Scud's gone into the troop. How many attacks does Scud have? Is it 9 or 10?
13.
13. Oh, right, of course. The hangover from the old Skaven demon. Yeah.
13 hitting on 3s, and he's a stellar.
The Vermin Lord. 13. So he does have a chance. He does have a chance of taking them out. A dash 15 nerve on a troop often takes people by surprise, but 3s and 2s with 13 attacks. So he's looking at 9 or 10 wounds.
There's a couple wounds already on him. 1 or 2 from the lightning bolt.
Yeah, so he's got a good chance of taking that out.
He does have a good chance of taking him out. I mean, he will have inspired most likely, but still.
Yeah.
The main danger is a Sperry and a Brock will kill Scud.
Oh, Sperry's horrible.
10 attacks, 3s and 3s, because he's only got Thunderous 1, Crush 1. And the Berserker Lord, if he has only got the Blade of Slashing, so he got 7 attacks, but he's only Crush 1. If he had the Blade of the Beast, if he had the Blade of the Beast Slayer, he'd be a lot bigger threat.
Yeah, I mean, he does only have the Crush 1, Thunder 1, but he is getting the charge most likely, so at least he gets.
Oh yeah, he will do. He will do, of course. Yeah.
Nice. Make up for some of it, hopefully.
But if it's anything like my rolling, those it's 10 attacks hitting on 3s. That's 4 hits.
Oh yeah, no, I also. You do that too. We should hang out.
Yeah. He's almost guaranteed. I have a chart which everybody else looks at and goes, "That's not average." He says, "Have you seen me roll dice?"
Yeah, this is what life is.
That's why I say you have to have faith in Scud. Because sometimes you get 10 wound Scud, and sometimes you get 4.
Yeah, but I mean, at least, I mean, being the 17-19, he normally can generally, he'll take that hit for 1 turn and be like, okay, I'm good. Like,
yeah, and he gets up to 1921 if he's around the nightmares.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting. Oh, there we go. I don't get to see people really run him down the center as often. I normally see people put him on sides.
Well, nimble fly. That's what sides are made for, isn't it?
Yeah, I just I like that he's just like a full free move around rally too, and his lightning bolt normally he sees over everybody, so he hits on 4s, not 5s.
In a scenario that wasn't Dominate, I would play him probably more center, but in Dominate where Xeno Strength isn't as important.
Yeah.
Well, it's killing off those flankers and then turning in, isn't it? I think that's what Rich is hoping he's going to do, or just hold them off for long enough that the center can.
If Sperry spends the whole game killing Scud, that's probably a win for Scud.
Yeah, of course it is, because he's dash 18, but he's only defense 4. Once he's shot his bolts, he's a bit of a lame duck.
But keeping the Berserker Lords and guy on the Hellbrock kind of away from the Nightmares, where they can really, really do damage.
Oh yes.
Yeah, sure, fight's good. Go for it.
We're seeing a lot of Mastiffs die.
Yep.
Well, that's what they're there for. Once they've shot off, they're surplus to requirements, really.
This is a very. I find this matchup also to be really interesting because he can kind of sit there with Nightmares and just shoot the Mastiffs and be like, "Well, you charge 8, so I'll just sit there and keep shooting."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That looks nasty.
Hard to see exactly how much he did with the fireball and the drain life, but gotta assume he healed something pretty well too. There's also the radiance of life, so he's always healing somewhere.
Yeah, I played Richard, like I say, at one of the tournaments with my Brock. Oh, there go the Brock Riders.
The Brock Riders? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Fury aura and and it looks like he threw a nightmare in to support them as well.
Oh boy.
So the Brock Riders just not a lot really one shots Brock Riders on the return hit. So that was quite nasty.
Yeah, the defense 4 does not do them any favors.
No, it doesn't. I know they've got the lovely high nerve. I hark back to the days when it was Dash 22. Why take that off them? The defense 4. And it's so satisfying when people go, right, well, that's I've caused 5 wounds. Okay, you just need 13 on 2d6.
Yep.
Oh, there's a lot. He's getting into the swing of things now. Is he going to start rolling this up?
A lot of attacks.
Okay.
Because he's took one flanking unit out now. He's held the others up. What's he going to do to the centre?
And now the app is completely up to date with everything, so
Oh, awesome.
I shall come back and join us.
Excellent.
Well, nightmare. I can't believe I'm having to manually input something that the guys should be doing themselves.
Well, are they all registered on the app?
Yeah, they're all registered. Half a dozen of them just don't seem to be able to get the results to go on.
Right.
So,
Wow.
That's a big deal.
All right, so we have...
what was that?
That was Kragoff.
The
Great Earth Elemental just went.
out. That is a huge upset.
I did not know the tunnel runners were actually in on him.
Yeah.
I didn't think they could make it.
They must have been able to get a corner in.
That's like 255 points gone.
Mm.
That's the hardest thing to kill on the list.
Yeah, definitely. And it's, I think this is what, turn 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Danny will be crying in a minute. I'll be able to hear it from out here.
And what is that unit that was next to them right there? They just marked wounds on. Can we tell? That is?
That's the Berserkers.
Yeah, there's the Berserker Infantry Regiment.
Yeah, because they had the wild charge, so they could go faster. And I think they still have 3 doors.
Yeah, they have Wild Charge. They also have Thunderous 1 now, as well as the Revenge thing. So they get Thunderous 1 when they charge and Crushing 1 when they counter-charge. So they're a bit more useful than they used to be.
And the Slayer, which...
Oh, yeah, and the Slayer.
I'm surprised that they don't hit on 3s.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those questions that you do ask. It's like, why do none of the characters in the Free Dwarfs have the option of taking Pathfinder when everything else can?
Right.
You know, the Berserker characters just you have to be ever so careful with them, otherwise they just get hindered left, right, and centre. Sferry's going to go in there with his nimble.
Yeah, and with if a lot of those characters have like Thunderous instead of just straight Crushing Strength, like 2 things like that, it becomes really problematic.
It does, yeah.
So we'll see what happens to Scud.
Oh, it looks like he needs some inspiring over the centre there. Berserker Lord's done a 16-inch march into the middle.
Yep.
So Scud was unlucky and didn't break the troop. So now he's got the troop and Sverry coming back in at him.
Rich hasn't lost any nightmares yet, has he?
No.
Yeah.
Even the ones that got charged in the woods, they're probably well on the way to get him fully charged back up again by the Tangle and the Broodmothers.
Yeah.
The Wingy Kingy's still standing in the middle there, isn't he? In the back
Looks
line.
like he forgot to do a nerve test, but he failed it.
Real. So we're blocking with Mastiffs. It looks like a charge.
Well, they'll
The
need
only
something.
thing is, I don't know how many Mastiffs he threw last turn, so I don't know if he has any left.
It may well be that the Ironclads that are following up, because he looks like he's. Oh, he's charging in there.
Here we go.
Here we go. So he's
And that's the Packmaster. He's just moved out of the way, I think, in his right hand there. So they just charged through the Packmaster into Nightmares. Ironclads themselves aren't brilliant.
No.
They're just they're just to hold people up. They're just a bit of nerve to be through with defense 5. It's hitting on forward. No crushing strength or anything like that.
Yeah, and these ones are defense. There are defense 5 though still. Thank God.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, the winged lord's just gone into the back or something. I couldn't tell whether it was the back of a Nightmare or the side of the tunnel runners.
Do you want me to take a look?
If you would, yeah.
That was the Wing Lord, wasn't it?
Wingy Kingy. See where
Wingy
Wingy Kingy is.
Danny's going to have a really hard time chewing through Nightmares, though.
Yes, absolutely. With no
With
crushing
no
strength at
crush,
all.
And there's a Radiance Life and Drain Life bubbles.
And only 12 attacks, so it's not like he's running in with a horde or something like that either.
Yeah.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah, back of the Nightmares, that.
All right. He's just trying to put some chip damage on them then.
Yeah, just as much as he can. The brutal thing about really most Ratkin though, but especially this one is just like the damage just doesn't cut it with the 2
No, it doesn't stick, does it?
No. Or they can start drain lifing enemy units if they want to do extra damage too, but having those rat swarms with drain life 10 hurt my feelings many a time.
Just like having batteries to recharge your units, isn't it?
Oh, it's crazy. And then if you're fighting an army that can't see them behind to like do 1 wound shooting or something, they just live the whole game.
Yeah.
45 wounds on them, you're like, whatever.
Mean.
Very mean. Very, very mean.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's
The thing of beauty. Yeah, completely.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I've broken as a person and shot slave guardian archers at a swarm before. They're like, you need 6s. I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I just want to inflict some pain on them.
Yeah, this is happening. All right, so don't know exactly. Find out soon. So that's good. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we saw 5 wounds there.
Yeah, something close to that.
So this will be 13. This will be the troop.
Rocks.
So, yeah.
4s and 5s.
So 4s and 5s.
Yeah, 4s and 5s. But he does have vicious.
He does it. Yeah, they all have vicious. Yeah.
Picking up any
Looks like 2 more.
5 more. That's up to 10.
Wow.
9 twice gets him.
That's not bad.
Even a waiver on him, though, would be excellent.
Well, considering how Danny's dice have been today, he's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, looks like he didn't get it.
Oh, that's rough. I was pulling for him on that.
So is this the Berserkers? It didn't look like enough dice for the Berserkers.
This might be the...
Might be going to the Nightmares first.
Oh yeah, the Wiggy King.
Mastiffs into the
Mastiffs.
Oh, okay.
into the brood. Looks like you got a waiver.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. Has the Rackham player actually... Any... Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sorry, Elliot. I've got to drive back to the hotel yet. I am worryingly sober.
Fix that later, though.
Distinctly wrong, isn't it?
you can figure that out once you get to your final destination,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll change.
where you can just like fall down and people will be like, "Good, you're fine."
It's because a normal Uber isn't there.
I'm capable. I can cope.
Looks like the first Vermintide are down.
Those tunnel runners, though, just
They're just sitting there waiting, aren't they?
oh god, them with brew
Definitely,
shark
yeah.
runs people over. It's so rough.
So he charged Berserkers into Vermintide and didn't get the kill. That's what
Oh,
caused the Earth Elemental to die.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Should be 10 hits and like vicious, probably like 9 or 10 wounds.
Oh yeah,
I think he's just having one of those games. It looks
yeah,
like.
it happens.
I think he's been having one of those days.
Those
Poor
happen
lad.
too. We've all had those days.
Oh look, nightmares have gone.
You got one.
Oh, he'll be happy at that.
That must have
But
been
now
the one
he's
that
trying
got
to think,
bombarded.
what on earth can I do?
Yeah, it must have been the one that got bombarded with mastiffs.
Only 3 more to kill.
Oh boy.
I presume you haven't turned the sound off on the laptop.
No, I'm pretty sure I had.
All right.
So it is nice that he still does have those dwarf units in the forest backing up for like a second wave. Just rough that his second wave for the Ratkin players tunnel runners. There's a discrepancy.
Yeah, slight disparity in effect.
Mm-hmm.
12 attacks, hitting on 4s, no crushing.
Is that Nightmares putting that on? Yeah. The house is very pretty, but it's in my goddamn way.
It's an elf house.
Yeah. Good old
The fact that I actually placed it on the hill is probably not helpful for us.
No.
Probably not. But, you know, it's very pretty looking. It was painted. Oh, there we go.
Custom knitted at home.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Is that... It looks like a unit of Nightmares and
And the tunnel runners.
just went into the Berserkers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome to hell.
That's going to ruin anybody's day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And then I'm fairly... So he did not waiver Scud, correct?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so he's just going to go fucking take someone's lunch money. Oh, boy.
Probably just kill the Berserker troops and let Sari live. But
What's up?
kill the Berserker troops, let Sari live. Make sure you just trade 1 unit strength for 1.
Oh, yeah, no.
Be happy with the delay.
Oh,
That's also the thing about Scud.
kill the Berserker troop and then walk forward so that Sverry's got no target.
I mean, I guess with Scud, it doesn't. His Crush 3 is kind of wasted because they're all defense 4 that he's fighting right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, good enough. Wounding on 2s is great.
Yeah. You know Ratkin's in a good spot when they're like their 350 point dragon. Yeah, we can kill 120 point troop and be happy with it.
It's a good time.
Oh,
I like Scud. He's fun.
shenanigans are about to occur. I think he's marked where Scud is. I think Scud's going to fly off, leave them where they are, or is he?
I think he's just deciding what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna go.
Yeah, if he just advances 10 and just leaves.
Boom.
Damn, that's a rough time.
You can stay there because you're nowhere near the center of the board.
And he's
Adios.
just going towards the objective. So good on him.
Yeah.
If all the massives are thrown, and he's out of line of sight, there's no way to kill him too.
Yeah, no, really.
Well, the Berserker Brocklord should be able to get him.
Yeah, because he's individual.
One of the
Just
two.
spin round and fly in there.
I mean,
Well, if the nightmares that the other Wing of Honeymaze guy haven't fought back against him and gone into the Berserkers.
Yeah, oh, looks like he's doing a little take back.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, like, at that point, you gotta almost like look for any individual that could go hit him and just ground him for a turn to buy yourself time if he's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Epaphes, just the two things not to be taken lightly in that regard. Oh boy, there's so many dice.
Yeah.
Possibly Salvation.
So we're looking at some drain lives, I think.
Yeah, on the Mastiff pack in the centre. Because they're only defense 3.
Oh, it's glorious. Just get those wounds back. Yeah, it seems like a very survivable list. It's intense.
Yeah, but it can dish the damage out as well. I mean, there's lists where that Trident Realms and stuff like that. You can make lists that never go away, but they just can't fight back. Whereas this one seems to be robust and be able to dish out the damage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. The armies I've usually struggled with this tend to be like Night Stalkers, where your shooting's just not as valuable, but also like regular dwarfs, like the army we saw last stream. Usually has a pretty good matchup into this.
Yeah, and it's very easy to build dwarf lists where you're like, I'm just going to do Iron Guard instead of Ironclad and just go defense 6 like everywhere.
Yes, we have lots of boring people in this country as well.
That's how I describe them too.
I'm spamming Gladestalkers right now, so I can't say anything.
Oh!
I'm doing full Sylvankin for 2023 until they change it. Try and make a goddamn point here. I'm like, why is this happening?
What it should say in the book is that anybody that has more than 3 regiments of Gladestalkers should have their fingers crushed.
I mean,
it says it in my book in purple crayon.
I mean, if I could still bring them to tournaments, sure. Crush them up, baby.
Yeah,
like,
pay somebody to roll dice for you.
I could. They'll be rolling a lot. Yeah, man, put these 60 shots into that unit there. Turn 2. Let's do it.
Bloody elves.
Mm-hmm.
I must admit, I do like Richard Lakin's June T-shirt.
Yeah, Chom.
That's pretty cool.
Because I have a House Harkonnen T-shirt myself. Most people don't get the reference.
Oh, we just
they're the good guys in the story.
I see him tacking wounds onto that Berserker unit. I don't know if that was the Tunnel Runners first.
Does it really matter who goes first?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not in that.
I think they're gone.
Yeah, even moving that Berserker Lord there didn't help, did it? Squish.
It's really hard to beat 18 attacks on 3s and 2s and 18 attacks on 4s and 3s vicious.
Yeah.
Not much survives that.
It hurts. Hurts a lot.
I'm going to put my my substitute TO into my place for a moment and just go and have a check in the main hall that I'm not missing anything exciting like Rob Hudson cheating again. Or
we don't see the pig, are we?
Yeah.
9 turns this time.
9 turns. Got to do it. New format.
New record at Masters, 9 turns.
I love it.
Let's.
Legendary. People are going to watch that video and because we were screaming at them at the end. Obviously, they couldn't hear us. I'm just saying, why are you still playing? Wait, what's going on?
Like I said, the fact that no one clocked, it's impressive.
It was very impressive. Especially seeing as it was a Rift Forged Orcs versus Ratkin Slaves. 2 big Horde armies.
That's an intense matchup.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part I find with commentating. Is when you see something like that, and you're like, I just want to tell them to fix it.
Yeah. What? What are you doing? Don't do that! No, put it back.
You just gotta ride the lightning.
I know. I watched Pat Zora forget his Crypt Gas head inspiring at round 1 of the U.S. Masters this year. It was like Soul Reaver Cav got an 11 once, and it was like they're inspired. They can re-roll it, please.
Let me tell you, man, I watched a lot of things happen at the U.S. Masters when commentating. I was like, okay. I was playing Night Stalkers at the time, and I think that was all 3 of the games I commentated was all Night Stalkers, at least one. And the final was Night Stalkers versus Night Stalkers. So did he just break through? Is that the Lord that he killed right there?
No, it was the troop. It was the troop,
Okay.
and he's done what I thought he'd do. He's seeing how far he can go forward to get out of Sverry's charge arc.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because he had 2 options. He could either have just turned to face him, but I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to bypass him to get out of the way. There we go.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Nice roll.
I don't know how many wounds Scott actually has on him.
Well,
I
so,
don't know how deep it is.
I mean, I think we reckoned it was about 10, wasn't it? 5 from Sverry and 5 from the troop.
Yeah. Okay.
So he is in the danger zone.
Oh, yeah. Danger zone. Those tunnel runners, though, still just waiting in the back.
Oh,
ready
there's
to murk the next person.
There's no need for them. There really isn't.
Sure, there is.
I mean, I'm sure when you go on the Mantic Companion, you open the thing, you say, I want to do a Ratkin list. Without even asking or anything, just Tunnel Runners comes up.
Yeah. Did we see what happened to that Berserker Lord with the wings of hunting?
No, I lost track of it. I think that's him just about to go and have a word with Scud, is he?
Good for him.
Excuse me, just sit here a minute while we gather some people in to fight. Yeah, I think there's a red dice there, and I think the Berserker Lord is where Rich is just pointing now.
Yeah.
I think he's offering helpful suggestions of where he could go other than charge Scud.
Yeah, that's what I would
Old
do.
misdirection.
I'd be like, you don't really need to do.
Yeah.
Just remember, you have to be in the center. It's dominating. Let's focus on the prize here.
There he goes. He's just gonna go and stand in front of the Nightmares.
And is that the Berserker Lord on the Brock? Regular
Yeah.
Brock? Yes.
Because they're not mighty.
Now, I'm trying to look here. I'm pretty sure he still has 3 or maybe even 4 of his ironclad units left.
1, 2, 3. He's got 1 in combat by the house. He's got at least
2 in the forest. Yeah.
2 in the forest, and there might be 1 behind where his arm is at the moment.
And in that case, it's actually kind of neat that he's basically got unit strength 12 right now.
Yeah, so he's still got all 4 ironclad units left. I think what he's done is he's put that Berserker Lord there to make it impossible for those Nightmares to charge into that Mastiff unit, because the footprint will still cover the Berserker Lord. They can charge through him.
I'm curious if the Tunnelers get stuck at that point trying to charge something else.
Yeah, because they've got an even bigger base, haven't they? Chariot bases?
Yep.
150 by 100.
They're only height 3, so they can't double charge if Nightmares are in the way.
That's right, yeah. I think that's
That's
probably what that Berserker Lord's doing.
Right.
He's just gumming everything up in the middle.
It's another spot where, like, in events with withdrawal, oftentimes I'll back up the Nightmares an inch and then sidestep them 3.
Yeah.
And that'll leave a really nice lane for those tunnel runners to come in.
Yeah, I've been playing without withdrawal, so
it's very weird.
Yeah,
well, where I'm like, I know I should do this, or I could have done this.
Yeah, so like in that case, moving 3 aside, you probably wouldn't clear the inch without the withdrawal and stuff. So like,
yeah,
like I said, the next GT I'm going to, it doesn't have withdrawal, so I'm just trying to get in the habit. So I didn't want to go there and just mess up if somebody didn't realize. But yeah, like now that I'm looking at it, like he does have that. What I'm assuming, I think, is a unit strength of 12 in the center right now. Just kind of hanging out.
That nightmare's not having a good day.
Or...
Yeah, that's an enforcer.
Yeah.
That's okay. It might not even die to a hindered flank.
It won't be hindered. They have Pathfinder.
Ah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're horrible. Not that I face them often at all.
Is that the ironclads going in there?
Yeah, 24 attacks, 4s, and 5s.
I don't know if I've got the list wrong here, but the ironclad on here, it says special rules is headstrong, throwing mastiff, keyword dwarf. I don't see Pathfinder on.
All right. There should be free
That's
dwarf
the defense
Pathfinder.
guys that you pay for that are kind of like the normal guys that go into free dwarves effectively, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We are professionals that know every unit and every list for sure.
Listen, we have the army lists in front of us, and I feel like that's a good step.
In my defense, I don't use ironclads at all in my army.
Yeah,
For which I'm very grateful.
I just use Brock Riders.
I just like seeing them because I don't get to see them in normal dwarves anymore. I just fight the Defect 6 versions.
Yeah, the
Iron Guard.
ironclads do not have Pathfinder.
It just brings a tear to my eye just to see them. Just remember.
They are the only normal dwarf unit. All the other ones are free dwarf versions. They have Pathfinder.
Yeah,
But
free dwarf shield breakers, free dwarf.
But they're a very nice cheap unit in free dwarves to have some defense 5 and throw a throwing mastiff onto.
I think it's 110 points or something like that.
100, yeah, about 125 when all is said and done.
Yeah.
But especially in a list that can have an aura to make throwing mastiffs even stronger, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just waiting in. I really hope he kills that thing.
It doesn't look like it.
There was that pause when he rolled those 2 dice.
Yeah.
I call those smooth brains.
That's a berserker lord. That's a berserker lord. 2 hits from 7 attacks.
Thought he was about to just pick one of those
He's got
dice
blade
up.
slash.
And with that's his blade of slashing.
And vicious.
Yeah, so 2 wounds. Oh, that's bad.
Good God.
Oh dear, I think it's all
Oh,
unraveling.
Was that just more of the ironclad into the nightmares right there?
Yeah.
Oh, he looked like a wound or 2 when he turned that thing.
Yeah.
As a free dwarf player, I really can sort of empathise with this. This is the point where your soul starts leaving your body. Whenever everything starts just going, yeah, we're not going to hit, we're not going to wound.
Oh, I just start there, so it's actually pretty.
That's why you were playing zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no, I mean, I hate to say, sadly, it's transferred. It just goes every faction I play.
Follows you.
I talked.
Is he trying to withdraw?
Is he?
Is he going to take the -1? Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Is withdraw allowed? Because somebody in the comment.
Yeah,
last time
we're
said
doing
Yeah.
We're
withdrawing
doing withdrawing allies.
Oh, okay.
Well,
No.
we're going off last year's season,
Yeah.
so really, as we couldn't take the old book and use it, it was as close as we could come to what we'd used for the season.
And Joe, I
Okay.
think he literally what you were
tried to
saying
do what I was
earlier.
saying.
He just tried to look at to see if he could do it. Yeah, it's been weird not playing with withdrawal, but like I said, since I'm playing Sylvankin and I run Wildfather and a Tree Herder that has Nimble, it's been great. Works out real good.
Yeah, I must admit, my tree herder rather enjoys it.
Oh, it's best. Once I put Wine of Elvenkind on that thing, one dude was like, "I think you just changed my life." I was like, "Yeah, let's try it."
I think I may have to try that one. Sorry, Bob.
No,
Yes.
it's a bloody
Just look
nimble tree man.
Yeah,
You'll love it. You'll love
It's
it.
cheaper now too.
Yeah, it's the best.
At least you can't put it on a wilt father.
No,
Well, I suppose.
Wildfather's he's fine.
I mean, if you could put nimble on a tree man on a wilt father, you'd have to put free lube on every table, wouldn't you? Really?
I was already doing that when you could outlaw.
Because that's just it's what we probably call not polite.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Wildfather's
Right.
just more of a holding piece for me because he only ever hits with 3 attacks, so it's fine.
I'm gonna have to go again for a second, so I'll just see you in a minute.
Okay.
All right, he's running in right there. All right, we are now at that middle of the table. Everybody's there. Dirty Mike and the boys. I have still lost track of the Wings of Honeymaze Berserker Lord. I do not know if he is dead. I do not know if he's in combat.
No. Sferry's gone and stood behind the wall, which, considering he hasn't got Strider, is an odd choice.
Yep. Now, a neat thing that, once again, I just love about Scud as opposed to like a lot of other dragons and stuff is just the idea that he can turn. He can't charge this turn, but he still just has Lightning Bolt 5.
Yeah.
At like height 6, you're like, yeah.
Outrageous.
Very, very, very good.
Because he's just going to take advantage. It looks like just going to zap somebody for the fun of it.
Yeah, like between his combat prowess with his flight, Lightning Bolt 5, and like the Rally 2 that you can just give out by moving and inspiring, like you can very easily make him relevant pretty much every turn, which I love. I think that's great. He does cost an abhorrent amount of points.
Yeah, but everything else in the army is absurdly cheap. So
I've had this odd issue with my friend Mike, who plays Racken, and I play him fairly often, where I always like, oh, does this thing have this? And I'm always guessing like more than it has. Like, oh, is this nerf 13-15? And he's like, no, it's 12-14. It's rats. Everything you think is just a shade below.
Until it isn't.
Until it is.
Until that rally pops up there.
Yeah.
But
I've always described Ratkin as they have one of every role in the game. Whether you take it or not, but they have access to every single thing.
Yeah.
Which makes them just an incredible toolbox for however you want to build it.
But I guess that's where the challenge comes in, because you can't take everything. So it's like, what kind of toolbox am I making? And there seems like so many different ways that could be successful. I feel like I'd struggle to overly play them because I wouldn't be able to make decisions on what to even build with my lists. And then I'd end up buying everything.
Oh, that looked like he's 5 lightning bolts coming in.
That's a smile on his face. I can't tell if that's a good smile or a bad smile.
Oh, he's turned around and he's zapped Ferry.
Now, he still has all 4 of his Ironclad units right now.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Yeah, but Richard only has to kill one of them, and he's got a very comfortable lead then.
I can't tell if there's 2 units of Nightmares left or 3.
There's 3.
3? Yeah, so really, with the Tunnel Runners, we're pretty much, he's ahead anyway.
Oh, yeah.
The Tunnel Runners are only unit strength 2, but I think Richard's got 14 unit strength in there, and so does Danny. Richard might have 15, because he's got 4 scoring heroes, or 5.
Right, which adds up in Racken real
Very
fast.
quickly.
That's another thing I love about Racken is their ability to just grab unit strength 1 stuff and just throw it around.
And if the Vermintide's all still alive, even if they're shattered, they'll still score 1 unit strength.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. That's probably my favorite thing about Ratkin when it does happen. Like I said, when you can't get to the swarm and it has like 38 wounds on it, but it's still just moving around. You're like, okay. I don't know. Can't hear him, so I don't know what's attacking what, but see if something gets from here.
The Mastiff Pack is somehow still alive.
Yeah, you notice that too? I'm like, how's this happening? What if it's fighting the other swarm and we just can't see it?
No, that's a brute enforcer, so it's got brutal.
Spoke too soon.
I'm at the one closer
On
to
the bottom?
Scud. Yeah.
Well,
That's
if he's going to do those attacks this turn too, they might be gone. See where it goes. Rubbing the dice.
So it looks like you got an enforcer in the flank of them.
Yeah, now we're taking on wounds on that. Oh boy, there's the nightmares.
Ooh.
Oh, woo!
This is the situation they're kind of board set up that I kind of wish he had Mother Kryza in here. Because this is where Kryza is just going to dump 8 wounds just for existing.
Yeah. And that cloak, man. Just, yep.
Especially with like the brute, and then you're telling the Ironclad, no, you're only 12-14.
Yep. They done? Yep.
There you go.
There you go. I'd say Rich is in a pretty comfortable place right now.
Yeah, that's
It's very
much strength and very little to answer it.
Yeah, it's very weird to watch this combat happening in the middle, and you just see Scud and the Berserker Lord guy just like watching
Yeah.
together.
Standing there side by side, watching. Well, let's see what's going to happen. Because I was just thinking, if Scud could lightning bolt Sverry, he's also means he can flank charge him.
Yeah.
Does he have Strider?
Scud does not.
No.
But if Scud gets a flank,
I'm not sure it would matter with a flank.
26 attacks in the flank.
Yeah, and even hitting on 4s, the crush 3 is.
Well, it doesn't really matter because Sverry's only defense 4. Yeah. He is nerve -18, but there's only so much.
Oh, I think he's trying to go in on the tunnel runners.
Yeah, see, that's why I couldn't understand why he sat behind the wall, because he's got no terrain mitigation whatsoever. So he's hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, 10 attacks. That's like two or 3 wounds.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, right now, as far as like units go and where everything is, he doesn't really have any options. He's got to go somewhere.
No, he's got to go somewhere.
He might not have had the movement to actually get past the wall too, because Scud was on his inside, so he had to go kind of around.
Yeah,
that's 1-inch bubble.
Right. Yeah, and both of those ironclad units, they're stuck still fighting, what, a Brute Enforcer, I think?
Yeah, it's a Brute Enforcer that's been flanked by Ironclad and fronted by the Mastiffs, isn't it? And it fought back against the Mastiffs last time, so it'll... Excuse me, it'll be centered up against them, so I don't know whether the Ironclad can get...
I think they can, because if he declares the multi-charge with the new rules, the Mastiffs will slide down.
Oh, of course, yeah, they do, yeah.
Joe, are you currently running a Nightmare-esque list for Ratcan at all, or are you just still doing more like...
I've always run Nightmares, but I'm going to be playing Kings and Men for the next few months.
Proud of you.
So.
Wow. Just to see what losing's really like.
Exactly.
Oh, come on now.
I've been clearing out kind of my pile of shame in the closet. So
your pile of shame, you found a Kingdoms of Men army?
Oh, look! I didn't realize I had that.
Okay, well, did you know it was there? That's the important part. Like, did you open up a cabinet and be like, oh?
I knew it was there. I bought it like 7 years ago off Jake. So it was like, this is the time to paint it and just get it done.
Well, that's a good thing, though. If you would have been like, yeah, I didn't even realize, that's when you're like, maybe I have a problem.
But the next main army I'm doing is Basileans.
Yeah, they're pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I really like Triple Phoenix. It feels abusive.
I love playing against Triple Phoenix. It's my favorite right now.
Well, yeah.
But that's because, I've been broken as a human being, and now I've just become the thing that I hate.
Well, it's like
Well,
Basileans can play the Sylvankin line if they really wanted to. Like, you can bring 70, 80 4 upsetting shots now.
Oh, yeah. No, agreed. That's why I kind of like the Sylvankin a little bit more than like normal elves and stuff, because they have the stealth.
Yeah.
Which is nice to attempt. So, I don't know. It's been working out so far. I have 11 drops, though, which is a little weird, but getting in there.
11 drops.
Yeah, I have 11 deployments. It's great.
Is that a 2-3 army?
What's up?
Is that a 2,300 point army?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Well, they man, they cost a lot. Cost so many points.
It's not about how many you deploy. It's about how many survive.
It's about it's about how you use them. It's like the 3 Phoenix thing. Our meta's only we're just tentatively using 2 at the moment, just dipping the toe in. Yeah. Although there is an army here at the Masters that's got 4 Titans in it.
Yeah, and I like that too.
Yeah.
I've been playing multiple other factions while playing Sylvankin, so that like I don't become disillusioned of what the game is. Like it's like you say, he's like I have running 3 Phoenixes. To me, I'm like I can kill probably even 2 of them in a single turn with Sylvankin. You can't do that with most other armies.
No.
Right.
In fact, I normally invite you to try.
Yeah, you gotta like bring it back down to earth.
Yeah. And it looks like the Berserker Lord's just gone helter-skelter into Scud.
Oh yeah. Good on him. Get in there. I mean, I guess he may as well at this point. He's not unit strength regardless.
No, just keep him out of the way for a bit. Ground him.
And I don't know if his attacks would help break any units in the center anyway. So it's kind of like.
Well, the thing is, like I say, if you do, Danny usually uses the Blade of the Beast Slayer, and against all those nightmares, that would have been horrific.
Oh, it would have been great, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's changed the blade flashing, obviously, to fit something else in.
Yeah, I think right now also, like Joe said earlier, like now he's also got all these characters in the background for the Ratkin that all have unit strength 1. It's going to start to add up.
I know that's just nasty. That's why ogres resurged as well with all the 3 regiment unlocking and the fact that they can have unit strength 1 characters just floating about.
Yeah, I just played against them last night.
Nightmares.
Oh, he picked up nightmares. Good.
Oh,
now I don't. Is he's engaged with the tunnel runners, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's
I have
just
no idea what did it. The flank.
no, because the guy that was fighting it ran away, so it was some sort of shooting attack. So it's probably the Packmaster with his 6 Masters. Because that's all I can think of that he's got left that can shoot.
Or Hernius?
Or Hernius, of course, yes.
I haven't even seen where
or
Hernius
both
is this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Pierce 2. I'll do it.
Yeah, and the extra range when he stands still. But I mean it's a drop in the ocean against all the Ratkin at the moment. Unless it was him that picked that up. He's also quite handy in combat because he's crushed too.
Yeah. I mean, if the Brock Berserker on the Brock takes down Scud, comes back, I'm not exactly sure what turn we're on right now. But
I can go and ask if you want.
I mean,
it's 4.
I think it might be. Yeah, he might have time to come back. But like, I didn't realize he was going to take that Nightmare unit out. That's pretty good, especially if we do that again next turn.
As long as it's not turn 8, we're all right.
Yep.
Yep, that's a happy dummy.
It looks like the Berserker Lord's doing the business.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, go on, drum roll.
Do it.
This is the snake's roll.
It looks important.
Okay.
And again.
And again. And then it froze.
Oh no!
Got him.
He's gone.
Oh god.
Berserker Lord for the win. Excellent. Changes it slightly, not massively.
Wow, it's all good fun.
But the nightmare's going from the centre when the fact he's still got 3 ironclad regiments sitting there. The problem is now is that them tunnel runners are just going to come steaming in because he still hasn't killed that brute enforcer.
But the tunnel runners would have to kill the Berserker character, correct?
Is it the Wings of Honeymaze guy?
No, I think that was his. I can't tell if his mounted character died already that charged it.
No, the mounted character just took Scud out, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if the Wings guy's alive.
Yeah, I lost track of him after like turn 2.
Yeah, the mounted character was fighting the front of that nightmare horde, swiveled round and came out, attacked Scud and killed him, and in the meantime, some sort of shooting attack took out the nightmares because he'd obviously damaged them to the point where they just needed a nudge.
I think you were right where it was the 2 shooting characters just got in there. All right,
Yeah.
there they are.
Vermintide.
Little Vermintide. All right.
Oh, Tangle's coming up. Bold move.
It's got 9 attacks on 4, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good time. That's another one of those pieces you can kind of figure out something to do every turn with him.
Oh yeah, and it's just like the Swiss Army knife sort of thing. It does say it fills so many boots.
All right, and that right there is the other unit of nightmares, right?
That is, yeah. That's the one that got bopped in the woods by the.
It's healthy though.
So he's got 1, 2 units of nightmares against 3 ironclads, tunnel runners. So 6, 8, 9 for the Tangle, 10 for the brute enforcer, 11 for the brood mothers.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely up right now.
So there's some drain life coming in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love to see it.
That's more on that. Is that still a Mastiff regiment sitting there?
It's just a great thing to see
Bless
him healing the nightmares as he's hurting the unit. Oh God, it feels so bad. Yeah.
I said drain life.
Yeah, that didn't look very happy, did he?
That looked,
No, Danny's just so.
a lot of success in that one. Here we all do.
No, he's just working out who to heal or who to go with first.
Oh, here we go. I bet that's the runners. Oof.
Danny's face watching the few being taken out. Yeah.
What's he fighting against?
That'd be nightmares.
Well, we're gonna find out soon.
Or tunnel runner.
Tunnel runners.
That's on Sperry.
Yeah.
In the double digits.
And again. That's very good.
Oh, Bryce Ferry. I love Danny.
Well, somebody has to.
Oh, well, yes.
I mean, he was around for a while though.
He usually is.
Yeah.
Till he's not.
Yeah, he's
usually the first thing I try to take out.
I know.
he's starting to run stuff that's going to be hitting these Ratkin back.
That's the Vermintide.
More wounds on them masters.
God.
Has he got him? Yeah, he's got him.
Good God.
That was the Pack Hunter, I think.
Oh, the Pack Hunter, Pack Master.
Now,
So
was
it's
that
been
he's-
overrun time then.
He's only something like 9/11.
Was that the Vermintide that did that, or a Brute Enforcer?
That was the Vermintide, but it
Yeah.
got Drain Life 10 first. So
Awesome. Yeah, fighting against like Ratkin when they still have their unit strength 1 characters around late game is just so hard.
Yeah, and those Vermintide overran into the side of the ironclads as well.
Doesn't look like they did much, but
No, they did a couple of
extra
wounds,
is
I think.
extra.
I'm going to go and see if there's any results coming in because I can hear some swearing going on in the main room.
There you go.
So I'll be back in a minute or two.
All right.
Nightmare's got a pretty low roll here, it looks.
Yeah, I mean, with the drain life happening to the unit that the Nightmares are fighting, it looks like they just keep healing their wounds back. So they're just hanging out. And now those tunnel runners are freed up.
Yeah.
So the Ironclad live, but I don't think they're going to live for much longer.
Neither do I.
I can't believe that Brute Enforcer's been stood there for, what, 3 or 4
Just
turns?
hanging out.
It's such an obnoxious character, especially when it's fully rallied. Like 75 points for 13-15 is so cheap.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's obscene. That really is.
Yeah, it's like
Also,
a target
I love-
that rallies instead of inspires.
Yeah, it may seem like a small thing, but I also love that it has rule. I love that.
Let's put some wounds on the
Oh, here we
on the
go.
Ironclad.
Is this the Vermintide in the flank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something in the flank, isn't it?
I think that, oh, here we go.
And they've gone.
Wow.
Oh,
Coming in
dear.
hot.
That's it.
Vermintide MVPs.
Good God. There they are, sitting in the center of the board, looking important.
Right, what's he got left? Very heavily damaged Mastiff Regiment. Ironclad Regiment that's been attacked on 2 sides, and one that's just sitting in the woods.
And a Brocklord.
And a Brotlord. And we still don't know. The Wings of Honeymaze guy is missing in action still. Presumed dead.
I wonder if he's just been dead for like 2 turns.
And we didn't notice.
Yeah, just didn't even realize.
Although I must admit, my fella stood behind a wood once for 4 turns till the end of the game. And then when I was packing away, my opponent went, I think you've missed this model.
That'll happen, though. Happens to the best of us. It's all good. All right, so I'm trying to think of what he has. Right now, it looks like he only has really the 2 dwarf regiments for doing scoring and the 1 mastiff unit, right?
He's going to bum the Enforcer with the Mastiffs, because they'll be hindered, though.
Wingy Kingy is gone, just so you're aware.
Oh, is he?
Popped my head in and asked. Apparently,
right.
when ages ago, we got fireballed off the table.
Oh, fireballed!
Oh, rough.
It is very. It's just typical, though.
We've been assuming he's been behind that house fighting for his life for the past 2 turns.
No, I got fireballed, poor little soul.
That's rough. I mean, we saw him turn the tangle to hit him with fireball. I just didn't realize he got taken off.
Shameful way to go.
Oh, I guess this Rocklord just comes back. Good God. Get in there, buddy.
Is he just gone back into the...
Go back into the tunnel runners, I think.
Yeah. Go for it. Like, maybe
why not?
pull off 2 more unit strength.
He's been all over the... He's been backwards and forwards like a yo-yo in the...
There's so many just small little...
Oh, that's her. He's standing at the back there, isn't it?
Oh,
I thought that was a dice.
It's a die. The whole time, just appears 2 shots coming in. That's glorious. Oh yeah, get that hill.
Ow.
Oh, that's a marsh. I only know because I made the terrain.
Excellent. Put some water effects in there.
Well, it has. It's got
It's got some water in there.
It's got some green slimy water in it.
Because of the fuzziness, it looks more like a rice paddy field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, I wouldn't make rice paddy fields. It gives me flashbacks.
Good God. What? Oh, that's the shots.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Matt Carmack coming in at the side. Do you want to add him in, Bob? Yay.
He lives.
Hello, Matt. Oh, it's not the...
Popped us all back up there for everybody
Hi,
to
everybody.
see.
Matt, you made it.
You're a little late.
Not that much ish.
You're fine. You made it before the end. That's what matters.
Yeah, sorry, late night. But
Or an early morning, whichever way it goes.
yeah, bit of both. But
So what does he have left here?
Not a lot.
A lot.
Prayers.
two regiments of lads, one regiment of mastiffs, Berserker Lord on a Brock.
Is this the Mastiff flank right here?
Yeah,
Nothing else rolls that many dice.
I think it's a rear actually. Is it? So
Oh,
that's
could be that, too.
20 attacks.
Could be.
Yeah, grabs him.
Yay! He's finally gone.
The brute was probably so dead that he needed a snake no matter what to
Yeah.
live.
I mean, that guy has been stood there for 4 turns, just going, "Yeah, you're not going to kill me."
It happens.
you're tough.
Oh, there we go. All right. Back into the nightmares. Oh. Now he's moving in slow motion.
I think the cameras had a good run, but it's getting a bit tired again now.
Yeah.
Oh, was he?
This is the 4 Hordes of Nightmare list.
He killed the Vermintide. Yeah, 4 Hordes of Nightmares versus Free Dwarves.
Yep. Can't tell. I'm assuming the broodmothers are still alive, just hanging out somewhere.
I think they're just lurking at the back by the tangle, and the horde,
Yeah.
2 hordes of nightmares just standing there going, "We'll just watch everybody else kill still."
Yep.
Just drop the drain life on people.
Yeah. Did he
Let's
do
go
anything
rally
against the
up.
tunnel runners?
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it, does it?
Not enough.
Oh dear. So he's just got the mastiffs and the 2 ironclads left, and the Berserker Lord. Berserker Lord's about to bite the big one.
And then the shooter character in the back.
Oh yeah, the Hernia standing in the marsh. Yeah. Who we completely forgot about till he thought he was a dice till he moved him.
Till he moved him.
Well, he's been shooting the whole game though.
Yeah, he has. He's probably him and the Packmaster that took the nightmares out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just Rich has so many just little pieces still moving around. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm.
It's a lot to take in.
He doesn't even need the Vermintide. He's got Mastiffs to be a drain battery.
Oh yeah.
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 And just
I don't,
take him out of the way. Yeah, it's 1 less unit strength. Not that I think he needs it right now.
yeah. I think Danny's reached the not a lot of fucks left to give stage, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good
Probably.
place to be though. He's a stronger man than I, though. I don't see him doing shots right now.
Oh, that'll be later. That'll be very messy, guaranteed.
What you need to do, Jan, is when you're in the bar later, is remind him that free dwarfs work better with lots of Brock Riders.
Meow.
That's rough.
Dominate, I take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's looking pretty rough.
it is.
It's the perfect storm of stuff for the nightmares. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an army that loves to stick tight together.
And I think the tunnel runners are just going to live through this game
it's also
Oh,
a really,
like
it's a
heroes.
really good map for this. Like 2 buildings, just
Two
shielding
buildings,
the dominant circle.
I was kind of cruel with the maps, I must admit. I am making them work.
Yeah, but you also didn't know that these two people were going to play each other this exact round. This is just
Yeah.
No,
So-
I didn't, but and it is a lot down to the look of the roll as well for who picks which side.
I think, to be honest, those tunnel runners have moved perhaps 6-7 inches max.
Yeah, I can see
Oh, yeah,
that
they-
build
Play
there.
again.
But they've killed 4 things.
I know.
There it goes.
5 things, probably.
5.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd say
You've
that's
just
about
been
it.
drain battering them.
Mm.
I'm not even.
He's
I'm not
been
even sure.
draining on the nightmares, but the tunnel runners just kind of chewed into whatever killed the nightmares ahead of them.
Yeah, they keep
Oh, I
getting
see,
hit
I
by
see.
one thing at a time, and it's just not enough to do anything to them. And then they just run you over. It's awesome.
And then the just slight small amount of regen from Radiance is keeping them in.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
just really, it's the sorrow of ironclads with no crush or anything versus nightmares.
Right.
They're getting
I'm
everything's
going
getting
to
drained life the whole time.
need stuff again. I'll be back in a minute. Go and find some more stuff because we should really be about time to wrap up.
It looks like it's getting about that time.
Yeah.
That
Clock
creep-
should be coming to an
that
end by now, but I've
creep
not
is
seen
to
any
get
results
business
coming
in the
through.
next hour.
Oh,
Is that for a turn 7? There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, handshake into fist bump. Classics.
Nice camera freeze on the fist bump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that the Ratkin took that.
I would think so, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny's got, what, 6 unit strength?
Does it look like did both the brute enforcers get got, or just the one?
Just the one, I think. The other one
Oh, wow.
zipped into flanks before. I think he's standing just where Richie's hand was.
Yeah. So I mean, pretty gnarly. Those tunnel runners, though, man, they got to live the dream.
They didn't
Just
need to
slowly-
do anything.
yeah,
Everything just
slowly-
kept coming to them.
Yeah, slowly just filter singular targets into me so I can countercharge them and rip their head off. You're like, good for you.
Yeah. I mean, it started strong, but I think that initial, the burst of Mastiffs didn't do as well as Danny was expecting.
Yeah, I
think he had some
saw.
poor rolls in that.
I'm not sure
So-
if it was the wounds or if it was his nerve roll. I think it was his nerve roll that rolled really
He
low.
definitely rolled a snake on one.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
And it's
so.
just-
Yeah.
Against most other armies, you'd be like, okay, whatever, I'll come back from it. But this specific army, it's like, oh, did you just do like 15 wounds? I'm gonna like drain life 20 from my like 2 brood mothers, and I'll just take like 10 or 11 of those off, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, great, sorry. So yeah,
Plus the Radiance. Plus the
plus everything stacked on. And Rack.
Yeah. So he just ended up facing the intact line right in front of him with nothing else to give.
Yeah, and even
Yeah.
more, bro, I agree with what Joe was saying at the beginning of this. Like, if Mother Cries were also in this list somehow, it would be even more horrific.
Yeah. Also,
Like
that map
model's
setup.
insane.
There's a forest right between the 2 buildings, so anything trying to actually hit the line is going to get hindered on top of that. Like, no wonder nothing's dead.
Oh, it's a great map for Ratkin. Like,
Yeah.
every time I've played Ratkin with the double buildings, kind of where they can just squeeze in and just like filter people in, I've never beaten that. It's hard.
Hmm.
Oh, fabulous, they've finished. I'm saying that, I've only managed to get, there's only 3 tables in the main room that are finished yet.
Damn.
Ah.
The poor guy from Mantic staff got told that we'd be finished up by 3 o'clock today.
3 o'clock?
Yeah, that's what they told him. And it's like, you didn't look at the pack then, did they?
Yeah.
All right. Has he
He'll
gone
be
home
fine.
then?
No, he can't go home until we've gone ourselves, can he? He's got to lock up.
Oh, poor lad.
Problem is that he's got a family birthday to go to, apparently.
Oh, dear.
So I am feeling a
Aw.
little bit guilty.
Is it like for his child or like some uncle or something? Because that's like
That's the thing. I wasn't even going to go into that much detail. I was trying to
Right.
kind of lift and get out of the way.
I'll ask the hard questions for you. So I would just I'd ask that. I'd be curious.
Maggers, the free doors got shot an awful lot,
Yes,
and then
they
they got charged.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Hmm.
It was rough,
There's
but
Maggers in
really,
the
it's
comments.
just with they're all offensive output overall, like in combat. It's just once all the healing starts happening, it's just so hard for them to break through. And they weren't going to get a bunch of flanks off on the Ratkin and stuff like that because those two buildings were just like that's impossible, and they're like speed 4. So that's
Yeah.
gnarly. That's a gnarly game. It happens.
The losing the Earth Elemental so early because the Berserkers decided to not kill a Vermintide Swarm.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
Lot.
game changing too.
yeah, that is a whole lot. I was so surprised when he picked that up. I was like, no. And then the poor Berserker, Wings of Honeymaze Lord that died off screen.
Yeah. So, minor character. We all thought he was there bravely battling away and he'd been dead for 2 turns.
Yep.
That was tragic.
Hate to see it. So,
It was probably the point where Danny actually pulled a face at the camera.
Several times.
Well, yeah, he was very good at
So
showing
we
his
should be.
emotions.
Give the punters something to talk about later.
right on. Well,
Right, okay, so that was round 3 of the Masters. Tomorrow, there's 2 games. What time do they start, Janice?
I think our first one actually kicks off at 10, so get
10.
a little bit of a lie-in.
Unless you're in America.
Unless you're in America, and then it's a little bit of a
Or
late night.
unless you're Brinton, in which case it's 4:45 in the morning or
yeah, I
something
think
like
round
that.
5 starts around 4 starts around 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Matt is just not sleeping.
Yeah, that is what will be happening tomorrow.
So thank you very much to Mark, Joe, and Matt for joining us.
Very definitely, thank
It's
you,
much
guys.
appreciated, and we shall see you all tomorrow for the next instalment of the UK Kings of War Masters.